It seems like the phone was already in record, or not record, on camera, since I took the thumbnail for today's video in the gym. It's day 8 of the transitioning phase. So let's see, 149, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So day 156 on a Tuesday. And I've decided that even though I'm feeling hungry, I left home hungry. I don't know what to do that again. I just wanted to get out because it was like a now or never thing for me. I've decided that I'll record the video explaining what I've been up to this point. It looks like it could rain at any time, so gotta get into it. I think we'll be okay though. You'll be, you can see it. You can see it. Look. Okay, so what have I been getting up to this point, and what have I experienced? Well, what I've been getting up to is allowing myself to have some time off to really fix my mind, and I did just that. I undid the mental overstimulation that I was experiencing on Sunday, on the day I decided to have the 2-week break. That said, I did just feel my right eye twitch. So I do have to be very careful when it comes to stress levels and that. Because I genuinely could lose hair over this. And there's no need. I genuinely saw that when I lift my hair up and down, when I was just in the bathroom, I could genuinely see like a patch here. I could cover it. I think I'm okay. That genuinely could have been because of stress, but I don't know. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this. So, other than undoing mental stimulation, I've been getting up to a lot. Yaza commented saying, what are your goals? And I'm going to use this video to actually explain what they were and what they are now. So what they were was to undo the mental overstimulation that I was facing. And in the video, which he asked that comment on, the title was something along the lines of mental overstimulation and regular detoxing. I said that I wanted to, I don't remember how often I said I wanted to, but I certainly know now. I like every first 7 days of the month, of every month, I'll do 7 days off. Pardon me, just so I have a healthy balance between really working on my real life and off camera, that is, and having something to show for every day. I now have experience of what that's like. I really like the idea of going onto YouTube, but it was extremely anticlimactic, sorry. Climactic or climatic? I think it's climactic, but that's, we got to keep moving forward. Yeah, it was, I want to, just to keep consistency, I'm going to say climactic. It was very anticlimactic. I was thinking of going on it because I had so many videos that I wanted to upload ready, which I've got on Premiere now. that I can remember them off head. I've got 7 videos that are on Premiere right now, if I'm not mistaken. So let's count them. Learning how to have a healthy balance, part 1 and 2. Learning to pass my driving test. PT progress update. 13th weekly picture review. The 14th one's coming up, but that's, yeah, I will put that on Premiere. So that would be another one, but that hasn't yet been made. So I've got five of them. Oh no, that's all I can remember right now. Yeah, these were all videos that I had prepared and ready to put out, and they were just there, just taking up storage, and that's why I really wanted to put them out. And even before going back onto YouTube, I knew that I had a much healthier separation mentally from YouTube. Like my head didn't feel like a kettlebell had been dropped on it. That's genuinely how it felt when I was on YouTube for hours on end for the first time in over a week. When I was uploading all of those videos, when I went back to upload all those videos. And I have an idea as to how I could go about watching YouTube as a tool rather than as just infotainment, really. And that's to only use it on the laptop, only to watch YouTube on the laptop as I'm learning around a personal training material, or a personal training course material. I have ideas. My aims right now in terms of that, in terms of the qualifications I want to get a level 2 to get the level 3, which is an actual qualified personal trainer. The level 2 is gym instructor, which is basically personal trainer, but not quite. And then the level 3 personal training will allow you to be an actual personal trainer, an actual qualified personal trainer with insurance, so that if you get hurt, then it's okay, you're covered, along with the clients. I'd also like to get a level 3 nutrition, and then a level 4 advanced PT. And if I really just like the qualifications, I will go further than that. But for now, that's what I have my eyes set on. So those are my aims in terms of getting qualifications, but the bigger picture, why I'm doing all of that in the first place, is so I can have clients off camera, client sessions off camera going full swing, and also to have PT, weightlifting, and also calisthenics programs that could be purchased. It reminds me of Goku Pump, because I remember him talking about programs that he was putting on Patreon. That's not where I got the idea from. I've had the idea for a while, but yeah, it just reminded me of him. The idea to do the programs came from within. That came from me. But yeah, in terms of PT qualifications and why I'm doing what I'm doing, that's it. And then another one of my aims, which Yaza was asking about, is for me to become the safest and smoothest driver I could be. Because I haven't yet passed my practical driving test. In England, you have a theory and then the practical. I'd imagine that in America it's the same. Maybe with different names, but it's the same. So I've passed the theory twice. I passed the first time, but it became invalid because it was over 2 years since I'd done that, but not passed the practical test. So I had to do it again, passed again with flying colours, which I'll speak about in the, which you'll hear me speak about in the becoming, thoughts on passing my driving test serious video that's coming out. Eventually I'll have fun videos coming out as well. Eventually. I just use those fun videos to learn how to dance. I want to learn how to do salsa. It certainly would help with dating. It would, but I'd also do it just so I have something else to do. That matters to me because I want this channel to be only a minor part of my life, not essentially the main part of my life. And I want things to be this way because I've had that period in my life within this journey up to this point where it's basically been the only thing that has mattered to me, and I don't like the level of obsession that came with it. Reminds me of how I was on YouTube when I started uploading all the videos. Nothing really changed after uploading the videos. I was just on it basically all night up until 11:30. Nothing's really changed. This amount of time, these 8 days that I've spent off it, completely off it, it was extreme and unsustainable, and I knew that. I knew that when going into it. So I'm not gonna complain. But I will be doing the 7 days of every month, the first 7 days of every month off, as a reset, really, and give myself set aside a lot of time to be able to work things through. Like these 8 days, was actually day 9, to be honest, because it's a Tuesday, but Monday was the 8th. So it was, because I went on at 1:41, it was more like 7.5 days, really. Okay, yeah, basically 8 days. Yeah, nothing really changed. I was uploading. The mental stimulation that I experienced was immediate. The mental overstimulation that I experienced was immediate. But it's gone now, and after I uploaded all of the videos, it was easy to watch YouTube videos again. Nothing really changed, but in order to go about things more sustainably, I'm setting the non-negotiable rule of only using YouTube on the phone as a place to upload rather than to consume. I'm not saying no YouTube at all, but I am saying no YouTube on the phone. Unless you're uploading, but when it comes to consuming YouTube, just only on the laptop. I could trust myself to consume information that will allow me to grow on the laptop rather than just consuming for consuming's sake. And I've now thought differently after coming back onto YouTube, in a sense. I now believe that I can no longer really watch self-improvement content anymore. If I want different in my life, if I really want to really take things to the next level, I can't watch self-improvement creators anymore. I must do different to get different. And you guys out there may experience something very similar with watching this channel, and if you're experiencing that, the piece of advice I'd give is to listen to yourself. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to myself. and no longer watch self-improvement content, because I already know that I want to and am doing what it takes to improve my life. And that even though there have been declines in progress, generally it's going to go up. The progress that I experience in my life, because of the actions I'm taking, they're going to go up. Speaking of declines in progress, I've spoken about it in a video that I uploaded yesterday on the 30th of May. Today's the 31st. I've really let myself go in terms of eating healthily, like really have let myself go. And I know why, or at least have a solid explanation as to why, and that's because I haven't been tracking my meals. I said, you can't go on the phone at all for the entirety of the 2 weeks. I didn't follow that rule. I lasted 4 days before I started making videos, and then 4 days later, I went on Monday. I went back. Monday 29th, that is, and today's, no, Monday 30th, sorry, that is, and today's the 31st. Yeah. I've been able to do a lot. I mean, the 3 aims that I really had were, that I had and am working on, is only partly to do with, in the words of Love Dorsey, getting the basics down. I'd call it basically having the core foundations to be able to further improve your life by yourself, if you want to, and with other people at times, depending on how you want to go about things. And these 3 aims, they were planning about how I'm going to work on becoming a PT, but it's not about planning anymore, it's just taking action. Planning as to how I'm going to go about being the safest and smoothest driver I could be, but again, it's not about planning anymore. I've set the plans. And the 3rd one was about planning to improve my finances, but it's not about planning anymore, it's about taking action on the deadlines that I've set in order to really improve the value that I can bring to the community through very basically what I have. For example, products like the PT programs and services like the consultations and other things such as courses, books, low content journals that I'd sell on Amazon KDP, for example. Yeah, it's about taking action on these things. So I'm no longer planning, it's just time to take action. And after coming back onto YouTube and before coming back, on that same day I did come back, I left the area for leisure for the first time in genuinely 2.5 months. From around mid-March to late May. I've left. I have now left, and I plan to really work on socializing. I'd say that my social skills are proficient, but they certainly could improve. Like how I talk to people could improve. It is improving, to be honest. In my opinion, it really is. because I'm not so quick to speak anymore. Because I'm not so quick to speak, I give myself at least some time to be responsive rather than reactive. For example, there was one thing that Lola said the other day. It was actually no. In fact, it was on the day yesterday when I came back to YouTube, but before I came back, and that was. Oh, actually, no. I'm not going to say what she said, but when she said it, I just, as usual, I gave myself time to think about it, and no, I gave myself time to speak, and I thought it just, to me then and there, it wasn't worth responding to, because I wouldn't, at that time, it was it happened then and there, right? I wasn't expecting it, and because I wasn't expecting it, in my mind I was going to come up with a response that was responsive rather than reactive. And because I didn't say anything, and I thought, oh no, I'm getting out of here, I need to go and get out of here, I didn't say anything. And yeah, she told me to cheer up. When she said that, I thought that I actually did feel happy, at least somewhat, because I was getting out of the area for the first time in like 2.5 months. I didn't really mind. People are going to think what they want to think. That's how it is. And I don't mind that. I think I genuinely do feel indifferent towards it, because I'm saying I don't mind rather than I don't care. And in my mind, it's genuinely, like when I was saying I don't mind, it genuinely is sounding to me like I'm saying I don't care. But if I were to, I don't want to use that wording. It's very strongly, that wording has a lot of passion for someone who's claiming to think indifferently about something. That's what I think. I don't like having that sort of energy on me. I could feel it. I could feel it have a negative impact on me, have an impact that I don't want to have. Like when I think in such ways, I could feel it physically weigh me down, or just have that feeling like in between my pecs. That's where I usually feel such things. Basically, kind of like telling me is, don't like this. It's almost like the emotional equivalent of having a takeaway. It's not nice to begin with, and it's not nice to end with. It's not pleasant. It just doesn't feel nice. I feel immediately lower, like physically lower, when having such sort of thoughts. So I don't like really thinking about things in that way. After coming back, I really do believe that I've got to not only work on these plans that I've set, that I've spoken about, but also work on socializing and meeting new people in a way that I could become lifetime friends with. I could become lifetime friends with these people. Meet people who I want to meet, who actually prove that they're trustworthy time and time again, instead of having shallow conversations with people in the gym. It's just, I've had enough of that sort of life. I really believe that even though I was speaking to people in the gym, I was basically living in solitude, because I wasn't speaking to many people. Growth through calisthenics, he said that for him personally, I'm referring to his 2.5 year transformation video. He said that he was speaking to too many people, but for me, it's been the opposite. I've been speaking to too few. even though that has helped me get to this point where I'm at today, where I've set the foundations to be able to take more action, very specific action, and do them by certain dates. I mean, I haven't, it's after doing that, it set the foundations for me to be able to do that. But now it's time to make some solid friends, not just have shallow conversations with people in the gym. I'm done with that way of life, because it puts, in my opinion, or from my experience I should say, and in my opinion, it puts having conversations with certain people, like Hattie for example, on a pedestal sometimes. It did once. Like, I genuinely felt, I felt slightly nervous physically. And to me, it was like, what is going on? Because usually I don't feel that way when thinking about, when speaking to people. But I think genuinely what could have caused that in me was because I wanted to speak to her about whether the gym does protein shakes, because I read from somewhere, not on the internet, but on one of the leaflets, a very small, like A5 or A6 piece of paper that they do. So I was going to go and speak to her about that, and I was having thoughts of wanting to do it, but I felt uncomfortable. I don't think I really want to speak to her anymore, man. Certainly not in a way that I used to. I mean, I have no problems with speaking to her in the gym, but in like the cafe section, every time I go and, if I'm to go and speak to her in the cafe section, every time I'm gonna see cakes, I'm gonna see brownies, I'm gonna see pain au chocolats and that. I'm not tempted by these foods, but every time I see her, I'm seeing this unhealthy stuff, and I'm mentally digesting that this is what's around me. What's around me in the house is unhealthy enough as it is. Let alone in the cafe. When coming here, I purposefully have disallowed myself to look at prices on takeaway shops. Like, if I look for a split second, that's fine, but I'll immediately take my attention away from it, because I absolutely will not allow myself to digest such information on unhealthy foods that are going to make me feel low, foods that are going to really make me feel like I'm physically being brought down. I deserve better than that. So I am giving myself better than that. In terms of socializing, again, I'm thinking of going to salsa class when money's coming in. Salsa class, boxing, swimming, meeting all these people and getting to know them. And I think things are going to be great. Just really develop my real life. And one thought I've had today, which I've never had before, is perhaps one video is enough for YouTube. To me, it really doesn't seem like, at least at this stage, that YouTube rewards consistency. Like proper consistency. Like 4 videos a day, maybe over 10. It really doesn't seem like YouTube rewards it. And today I've believed that YouTube doesn't deserve it. YouTube does not deserve to have such levels of consistency at this channel. 1 a day, that's fine. YouTube deserves that, in my opinion. I absolutely like to make at least 1 video a day. because it gives me something to show for every day, just like I've wanted. And that's come from a place where I think my mum, one time during a serious conversation, that my mum especially has told me so many times, you're not doing anything. So many times. But she just doesn't know, and I don't want her to know, for her to feel fear about what's going on and then for her to try and stop it. So I just build in silence. This thought pattern could have physically manifested itself through me coming to places in public and filming. Could have done. But yeah, very basically, this is what I've been up to. I think yesterday I've been thinking the end of the struggle's near, the end of the struggle where no money's coming in and my efforts to improve my life aren't being seen by other people within the family, and also sometimes maybe even outside of the family. I think the end of the struggle is near where I don't have any solid friendships. I didn't maintain the relationships that I had from school and the friendships that I had from school. And now I'm in a place where I'm having to make new friends that I really, really, really want to be around, instead of people who have just followed school system, even when they don't really want to. But yeah, this is it, man. I'm thinking of having I've said this at least once. Thinking of making fun videos. I'll just learn how to dance, do salsa and that. But yeah, YouTube doesn't deserve more than one video a day. It doesn't reward one video a day. No, sorry, it doesn't reward more than one video a day, really. YouTube just doesn't deserve such consistency. My real life does. My real life will reward me for such things. But like on camera, YouTube doesn't deserve that. I put so much time, so many hours. I put so many hours into this. And over this period of 5 months, emotionally, I believe that I'm not getting anything back. That's how I feel. I'm not getting anything substantial back. But that's very materialistic in terms of things that I can't control. It's just related to things that I can't control. Like how many people are watching, commenting, liking, disliking, subscribing to the channel. Even though at this point in time, you can't see the subscriber count, because to me, it just does not matter. I'd rather people listen to the message than watch, because they're looking at a subscriber count. I don't know how large this community is going to be in the future, but rationally, I am going to keep going. And I've listened to how I feel, but I'm not going to act on quitting YouTube, because that's not how, I don't believe that that's how things in my life that are substantial, that are worth having, are going to be built. Or I just work on it for 2 days over 5 months and then I quit. Right now it's month 5, day 2 of this journey since I've been filming. That's just not going to work, and I really believe that this is going to be, like, growing this is going to be the most difficult thing I do in terms of growing something substantial. because it's my first time doing it. And then once I've gone over that first time, I know what to expect. Right now, I'm going through the swings. I'm going through the swings emotions. But here we are. I think I'll leave it at that for now. I really want to improve my socializing. I've had thoughts of going to the market, salsa clubs, yoga classes, and boxing and swimming. I think, yeah, that's what I'll do. And go consistently. Maybe not every week to all of these clubs, but certainly consistently. But yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe even learned something valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I'd like to end it on this note. If you believe that you want to get off self-improvement content because you think in order to do different, you must get different. In order to get different, you must do different. Listen to yourself. By that point, you genuinely could have put yourself in a position where you are doing what it takes to improve your life. And I'd rather personally improve my real life big time a lot, and focus on improving my life, real life off camera big time than off camera. But anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something valuable, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.